So good evening, everyone. MaaziEzeoke once more speaking to us this evening. As always, once more, welcome to this evening broadcast. And this evening is nothing else but the sad story of a mother whom her son was taken by the Nigerian police, or what they call the Special Anti-Robbery Squad in Anambra State in Akwuzu. I did in the last couple of days I made comments where I said that I will be bringing the mother to the studio and to see how we can help this woman to get justice. On that note, I would bring her in. Let me not waste time here because we already have a delayed connection because according to them, it's raining now in Anambra State and they cannot get proper service. So I will be bringing her in shortly. On that note, you're coming in, Mrs. Philomena Okeke. I think you're logged in with 2 devices. So can you take off one, madam? I think you're logged in with 2 devices because I can hear echo. But if you can hear me clearly, I'm saying good evening to you. Can you greet the world? The world is watching you now. Hello, good evening, madam. Okay, once more, I think we still have some technical glitches there. Obviously, you know, they've changed to networks. Now, before was MTN, and MTN was not performing optimally as one would have expected. Now it's gone to Glow. But as you can see, the woman is frozen. So let's see, and let's, once more check what is going to happen. Okay. Okay, madam, are you back on? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can we know who you are and have your story, please?
Okay. My name is Mrs. Philomena Okeke from Mpo, the local government area of Anambra State, Nigeria.
Okay. Can you speak a little bit louder? And
Okay.
I got to know about your story and the story from your daughter, Gloria Okeke, whom tweeted saying that, he cannot obviously get justice for your son. Now, Gloria, you are brother to Lotanna, right? Sorry, you are a sister to Lotanna.
Yeah, his elder sister.
You are the elder sister, so Lotanna is your younger brother.
Yes.
Okay. So, madam, can you tell us the story? What's actually happened and when did this happen?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank God for this opportunity. I use the Njenje TV for giving me this time to explain my ordeal with the Anambra Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. Okay, it all started in November 2019. 1st November, my son Lotanna Okeke was arrested. Along with, they were seized then. But after some days, they just bailed 3 of them, remaining Lotanna Okeke, Ifeanyi Anisobi, and Victor Dimegwu. Then before the arrest, there was the murder case in Mpo on 30th of October, that 2019. And you know the system, whenever people are being killed, the police will be arresting people, arresting everybody. Then in this case, it was normal because after the arrest, they bail everybody, even without knowing what caused the murder. So on this note, on that fateful day of 30th of October in my house, my son Lotanna, we were there watching television till tomorrow morning. We heard that there was the murder. in that Umuston, along Umuston Road. So on Saturday, my son Lotanna left the house. Lotanna Okeke, he left the house around 9 o'clock in the morning because he was with the ANSEPA, the Anambra State Environmental Protection Agency. So he left for the work. Then, when I came back from meeting that Saturday, I couldn't see him around 3, 4 in the evening. I called his number, his line was not going. I tried it so many times. Even I called the sister, Gloria, and then I informed her. She started calling all my younger ones, my sisters. He couldn't pick up to 100 missed calls. We didn't see Lotanna. Then that night we slept, hoping to see him, or we prayed to God to take charge. Then on Sunday morning, being the 3rd of November, around 6 a.m., we got a call that we saw Lotanna with policemen. He was handcuffed with that Victor and the other boys by Ogidi Main Police Station. We said, okay. So we noticed that he was arrested that Saturday afternoon. It was then that we ran to Ogidi that Sunday. They said that that day, Sunday, we should come back on Monday. We came back on Monday to inquire. Then it was there that we noticed that it's not about the murder case again, that it has turned to court case. I said, wow. Then they started beating these children. They gave them thorough punishment, bad maltreatment, to the extent that they put rope on their neck, down to their leg, using wire, heavy objects, hanging them upside down, using machete to flog them on the back. I was there. My husband was there, other members of our family. We were inquiring, what is this? Then it was after 3 days, we involved the lawyer. The lawyer made the DPO. The DPO said that we should give them time to carry out the investigation. We left. Up to 1 week, they were just beating those children to death. Then it was there that I approached the DPO. And the choir said that the maltreatment is too much. What happened? He said that your son is a cultist, is this, is that. I said, okay. Is that the reason why you are killing them to death? Let them be alive to air their views. Is that how to punish people? He said that they made so many confessions, and as they say, with this type of rigorous punishment, everybody can confess anything and admit anything. Lead them, let them be tried accordingly. We have state anti-robbery squad. No, we have anti-court. Have state CID, hand them over to the appropriate quarters for investigation and the findings, instead of killing them half dead here. Then it was then that they stopped the maltreatment. We were there after, let's say, 13 days. They took them to stay at CID Oka on the 15th of that November, after staying 13 days at Ogidi. Then, in the night, they came back again. We saw him again on Saturday, 16th. We were there with the other members of the victims, the parents of the other boys, the Victor and the Fanny. We were there. It was then that the IPO that was in charge at Ogidi, Inspector Sandy Ali, he asked us to go home, to come back Sunday afternoon so that we should discuss. We admitted. We went home around 6 p.m. in the evening. Then on Sunday morning, around 10 p.m. that Saturday, we got an information that they were transferred to SARS around 10 p.m. late in the night. I said, oh, no problem. Then Sunday morning, we ran there. The SARS men there, they were asking, who told you that your son is there? I said, I got an information. They hissed, collected the food, said that we shouldn't see them, that we should go back to Ogidi and get a permit so that we'll see our son. We went home, they collected the food. Then on Monday morning, I got connection by the grace of God through a person that works inside the SARS cell. We connected with phone. That person called my son, Lotanna, what are you doing there? He said, I'm dying. Oh, sister, shot me on my 2 legs. I'm about to die. It was then I made me to run to Oka, got a lawyer. The lawyer in my presence, he asked me about the IPO that we are in charge of that case. The team leader was Chike Phillips or what? And the other person was Harrison. The lawyer called Chike and asked Chike, what is happening? He was interested in a case of Lieutenant Okeke. He said, hey, we have shot him. He said, shot him for what reason? Then we ran to court, we filed our case. After a day, we presented the invitation, the case to the OC SARS. Then we gave copies of the letter to Commissioner of Police. We even ran to Human Rights, who wrote again against this maltreatment. We were running helter-skelter to see our son. They couldn't allow us to see our son. Nothing was done that time. We have been watching, going to SARS. Our families went to SARS up to 5 times, even to see the OC SARS, to inquire from him. We were not allowed to see him. Even we were going there until 25th of December. I did not see my son with the other 2 boys. Then on 20th December, I went there. Others were enjoying their Christmas. I went back to Akwuzu SARS. I saw the chicken that was in charge of the case. I said, Chike, where is my son, Lotanna Okeke? He said that I should ask the OC SARS where my son was then. The OC SARS was nowhere to be found. We were going there. Nothing was done. That made us to make a report to Abuja, the police headquarters at Abuja, the CRU department. Then I filed my report. I made my statement there. It was then that they told me that I should go back to OC SARS and ask him where my son is. I went back again. It was then that they welcomed me with my husband. We saw the OC SARS. After exchanging greetings, he said, Madam, you concluded that son is dead without listening from me. And I said, we have been coming here. They couldn't allow us to see. He said, okay, what is truth? He's no more. Instead, who killed him? You were the person. He was looking at me. Where is the corpse? Let us carry. He said that he deposited it in one of the government mortuaries. I said, what is the next action? He said that we should go down since the case is at the DPP. I went home with my husband. We went back. Nothing was done. Then we were invited by the CRU unit at Abuja on 17 January. I went there. We were interviewed. I filed my statement again. They asked me what I wanted then. I told them that what I need is judgment. Then I want to see my son, dead or alive. That is what I needed. They said, okay. I mobilized them. After some days, they came back to Anambra. They came down to Anambra for the investigation. The persons were Mr. Ben Igwe and Mr. Ernest. They were the 2 people that came from Abuja for the investigation. We lodged them in a hotel. They slept only one night in the hotel. We lodged them. They stayed another 13 days in a 3-point hotel, Oka. They were located by the OC SARS. I kept quiet. They carried out their investigation, so they went to the area of the mother, went to the DPO, they went so many places. Then with conclusion, after the 13 days. But the mysterious thing that confused me was that they went to the mortuary without our presence. But when they were coming, they said that they would go with us. Then, unfortunately, they went there, they brought a picture of my son and the other 2 boys. They were lying down, closed their eyes. They said this is the corpse, that they called it from the mortuary at Enugu, that we should sign that we have seen the corpse. We refused with my husband. Let us go to the mortuary and see them physical before we can ascertain that it is their corpse. Those people from Abuja refused. They said that they are not doing their work like that. We were confused. With the situation of things, we couldn't understand what happened. They tried anyway by staying up to 2 weeks, but to give the account of their stay, there was confusion. Then it was then that after Sunday they left. After they left, the team leader, Mr. Ernest, told me that OC SARS will call me on phone. Let us make peace. Let us make peace. I was watching them. It was then the court came up on the February 10th, this year. We went to court. OC SARS did not appear to the court. After waiting, the court dismissed. We went home. It was after 3 days. Then OC SARS invited my husband and myself to his office through those people from Abuja, Mr. Ernest. He went to SARS Akwuzu. He was there pretending what happened has happened. It was a mistake. The police have carried their job. And I asked him a question. I think you are in charge of robbery in the state. Do you handle court cases? I thought that it is anti-court Enugu that does the job. He was looking at me. Even the state CID couldn't carry investigation. They said, yeah, you admitted the boy and killed him just like that. He said, Madam, it happened, it happened. What are we going to do? So, give me my son's corpse. Let me go and give him befitting burial. Since you are a killer, let God justify you. It was not that he said that I should write to the state Commissioner of Police, Anambra State Commissioner of Police, that I should write to him requesting for the release of the corpse. That when I write the letter, the CP will then approve. After the approval, that we should come back with a lawyer to talk on the compensation. Then after that, we sign an agreement and we will release the corpse. I admitted as a child of God, we were crying, I was crying, my son. Then after that, we did whatever he asked us to do. We wrote to the CP in request of the corpse. The documents are here with me. We wrote to him. After a month and there was nothing, no response. I then called those sisters again. What is happening? He said that they just minted the letter. No, now wait. We kept quiet until after 2 weeks again. We started pestering him. With my daughter, we were calling him often and on. Then it was then that he invited us around May. Said that the CP did not approve our request. That he said that we should see him. We went to the CP's office. We were welcomed by his PA. Said that we shouldn't see the CP. That they have no case in that hand in that case again. Since the Abuja people had come, that the case is now with the Abuja people, that we should follow them. Unless I will tell them to stop the investigation and every other thing, then he will take charge. It's what was their response. We went back again. We called them again. And we called the Abuja people, tell them the situation of things. Even the OCSAS, we kept quiet. It was then that OCSAS told me that, let me go and withdraw the case from the court. That after that, we should come back. I said, okay. We went to the court with my lawyer. We withdrew the case, hoping that he wanted peace. We came back. The same OCSAS told me again to write to Abuja people that they should stop everything concerning this case, that we're making peace. I said, no. How can I withdraw the case without making the peace? Let us finish one. Where I am satisfied, I will tell them, I will write to them or even go to the Abuja. They said, okay, you don't mean it. Yeah, you don't want peace. I left him. Then it was then that I called Abuja.
I think on this note, Mrs. Philomena's internet is hanging once more. So sorry about that. And I will bring Gloria. Gloria, I can see that I pushed you out from the camera view, because I can see while your mom was talking, you've been crying. And I cannot say sorry enough. My condolences to, the death of your brother. But you've been aware all this while what was happening. Now, when your brother was initially arrested, according to your mom, they said there was a murder case in the, is it a street or an area? What actually happened?
Yeah, they called me that day that there was a murder case in Igbo, that police are going around arresting young boys.
Who murdered who? How did that happen? I don't know.
We don't know anything about it. It's just normal, court guys killing themselves in the streets. Then we got an information that they're arresting young boys in the streets, that everybody should start running. Young boys should start running.
Hold on. Your mom is back.
Okay.
Madam, you're back. Sorry, your internet put you out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were talking about, let me use the opportunity to ask some, question for the viewers to understand what is happening here. Like I was speaking to Gloria, the question was, your son was arrested allegedly for a murder case, right? Because someone was killed in the area, right?
Yes.
And suddenly, from murder case, he wasn't found to be part of those involved. They changed the murder case to court case. So
Yes.
how did what's the connection between the cult? Was the deceased killed by cultists?
Okay, this disease, we didn't know. There was constant killings in the and its environs. People are being killed off and on. Even last June, even in December, people are being killed. So I will not give account whether those victims were killed by cultists. I don't know. I cannot give account. But what I know that I was with my son that fateful evening. We were watching television. He did not leave my house that night.
Okay, so the day the killing happened, the initial killing happened, your son was with you watching television. So the next day,
Yes.
when he came out to go to work, he was arrested.
Yes.
And you didn't know. So how, you said someone mentioned to you that they saw when he was arrested. That was after a day had gone by.
Yes.
And at what point was he transferred to the SARS? Because he was arrested by the Ogidi police station or people from Ogidi, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on what date was he transferred to SARS?
He was transferred to SARS on 16th of November, being Saturday, by 10 p.m. in the night.
Okay. So what was their argument? Why was it removed from a normal police criminal case into an anti-robbery squad? Was there any explanation given to you?
You said?
Was there any explanation given to you why they were moved from the normal police from Ogidi to anti-SARS Akwuzu?
No, they didn't.
Nothing.
They didn't. They didn't.
It's not that that thing looked like up.
Sorry?
Because I remember when I was speaking with the DPO Ogidi.
Okay. When you were speaking with DPO Ogidi,
the DPO Ogidi. Yes, he said that your son made so many confessions, and I told him that anybody can confess under these circumstances. He said that I should forget about my son. I said, what? That made me to be reminded that there was a gang up, because initially he was supposed to be handed over to SARS, but I cannot tell. Oh God.
Okay. Honestly, I know it's a difficult one for you. I think the challenge we have now is this case has gone to Abuja, and from what you said before, you were asked to withdraw the case from Abuja. Why?
Yes, by those sisters at last, and we refused.
So where is the case now? From one of the documents you sent me, it appears what is the position of the court? Have you withdrawn the case from the court?
Yes, we withdrew it from the court, thinking that he wanted peace. Then it was not that he asked me again to go to Abuja and stop the case. That is the situation now.
Okay, everyone listening to this program, and you are listening to a very heartbreaking narration. How the SARS, because at this moment, madam, are you aware? Was your son alive when he was taken to SARS, or have they shot him before even taking him to SARS? Because you said when you brought food for him, someone said that he said he's got gunshot. Does that mean the police, Ogidi police, already shot him before they took him to SARS? Gloria.
He was okay when he was handed over to SARS.
And you saw him. You
Yeah,
people
they
saw him in
uncuffed him
Ogidi
at the
alive,
back.
right?
Yes, that Saturday evening, around 6 we left. He was alive. Even the DPOG told the Abuja people that he handed Lotanna over to SARS alive. It was maybe Sunday or Monday night that Sunday night those sisters shot him because I heard from my son that Monday morning he was crying through the ward and then the cell that those sisters shooting that he was about to die. All sisters even admitted that he shot him. He admitted that.
So was there any reason? Was he trying to run? I mean, sorry, but because I mean we have a very useless and a messed up system. So why was the innocent
Yes.
boy shot? Was he running? Why was he shot?
Sasi, let me tell you, I have something to say there.
Okay,
If
please go ahead,
actually,
Glory.
because yeah, I have something to say. If actually he was trying to run, they wouldn't have. If actually that he was trying to run, they wouldn't have shot the other two guys they arrested him with. Because if you call him, he will tell you that he was trying to run, that they were taking him to go and do research in his father's compound, in his father's house. That's why they shot him, because they called him from Abuja. That was what he told Abuja people, that when they brought him from police station Ogidi, that they took him to go and do research, to go and search his father's compound. Then he was running. If actually my brother was running and they shot him in his two legs, then what happened to the other two people? What happened to the other two
So
people? One sister
basically,
killed my brother, and when he realized that my brother was dead, he now killed the two people they arrested him with for them to cover up.
what a criminal
To
enterprise.
cover up his crime. Yes.
Okay, so now when you talk about the two other people, this picture you sent me here is the photo of his friends
Uh,
with him. So what
yes.
you're saying is that not only that they killed
Yes.
Lotanna, they killed these two young men as well.
Yes.
Yeah, when he noticed that we have sued the case, he killed those people because they were the living witness. Actually, he told Abuja people that he wanted to come for search in our house. Then Lotanna wanted to run. He was shot. Then I told Abuja people, look at the point where the gun were shot. It was under the ankle, under the knees. A person that was about to run may be shot at the back, at the waist,
Back.
but he shot in close range in the leg. Then when we do the matter to court, he then eliminated those two boys so that they could not give account. The same was sisters, he's an ardent liar. After telling Abuja people that he wanted to run, that he shooting, he told another human rights activist that Lotanna insulted him and he shot him out of anger. That he didn't know that he would die. He didn't know that he would die. He shot him
Hold
out of
on.
anger. That
Hold
he
on, hold on,
insulted
hold
him.
on.
The same was sisters.
He
He will
confessed
tell
to
you
human
different stories today and tomorrow. I can't
so
understand that man.
he confessed to a human rights lawyer that he shot your son because your son insulted him. And so what? What sort of insult? He shot a human being because your son insulted him allegedly. Okay.
That is what
So
he responded to that particular person and told about another thing. He always lie at it. In case in short, that man I don't know. Even the victor and the other boy, were they running? How could they kill all of them at the same time to cover up his crime? Because they have been killing people up and on. Even when we are coming to the case, see corpses here and there.
Madam, do you know the name of the police officer in question? Because I think it's time, if the courts and if the police are failing us, it's time we citizens have to do something as well. Do you know the names of the police officer in question?
I can't tell you, Sage.
Do you know his name? Because I can hear you call him OC SARS, OC SARS.
His name Patrick Chukwuemeka Akwuzu.
Patrick, hold on. Patrick Chukwuemeka.
Akwuzu.
Yes.
From where?
He's from Iyala.
Akwuzu.
Iyala.
From Iyala, okay. So that is his name. And all he can tell you is that he killed your son in anger. Was he in any way remorseful? I mean, because this is when I say this is crazy. I have never dealt with something as crazy as this, that someone has to lose his life because we have randy policemen that ought to protect lives and properties, that we've given weapons to protect our lives and properties, and here they are being those that take lives that they ought to protect. But let me come back to something for clarification for viewers here. You said that when the case was transferred to the CR unit in Abuja, that you had to mobilize them. What does that mean? Did you have to pay the police to do the investigation?
No. What I meant that when they asked me, I gave them the direction. That was the mobility. I gave them the direction to come down to Mpo. I answered the necessary questions and filled the form. Please help them to come down. That is the thing.
Okay. So you said that Patrick Chukwuemeka asked you to make peace. So to make peace, what does that mean? That the death of your son should be forgotten? That he will just keep, that he will give you the corpse, or what? What does that mean?
You said that?
You said that Patrick Chukwuemeka, the one who killed your son, did he deny it that he didn't? So he agreed that he killed your son. Gloria.
Yes, he agreed.
In my presence.
Agreed that he shot him on his 2 legs.
So he shot him on his 2 legs. So how did Lotanna then die?
Before they arrested Lotanna, he was not feeling fine.
Okay.
My people even had to buy him drugs while he was in Ogidi police station. Okay. Lotanna was not feeling fine, so they bought him drugs while he was in Ogidi police station. And when they transferred him to SARS, it was around 10 o'clock in the night. For you to know what they were doing, everything was so ganged up. They knew what they were doing at that time, because if they don't know, they would have invited the parents to know that they are taking Lotanna down to SARS, but they took him just like that, and he was not feeling fine. So I believe that on the process of the gun shooting on his 2 legs, he couldn't survive it because he was not feeling fine. So maybe he lost so much blood, and no one was there to take care of him.
Honestly, my condolences. Now, Gloria, did you make any because when I saw the story on Twitter, there are 2 things. Madam, when you made the complaint, do you have the police complaint number they gave you?
The tracking number?
Yes.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. Do you know the tracking number so we can push it out there for those watching, watching us, if anyone takes interest in this? So what's the tracking number?
I sent it to you. I don't know if I can minimize the video and
send. Okay, don't worry. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull it up. If you sent me, when did you send me that? Sorry. Hold on,
when
let
I
me.
told you the whole story, I
Oh,
guess
okay. Hold on. Let me check.
yeah.
Did you? I think you sent it on Twitter, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, hold on. Just
On WhatsApp, check it too.
no, I have checked. WhatsApp is not there. No, I don't think.
Okay,
I
maybe.
don't think I have it, but it's fine. I can excuse you because I might need that number. So let me excuse you and only speak with your mom. Then you can get the number. I'll bring you back. Okay.
All right, no problem. I will send
Minimize your
WhatsApp.
screen. Yeah. Yes. Just you can call it. Sorry. You can just send it on my WhatsApp right now. Then I'll bring you back. Okay. Thank you. So now, like the first question, the previous question I asked is that Patrick Chukwuemeka Abazwe from Ihiala, the police officer, agreed that he killed your son, and now he's begging you to make peace. And where is your son?
Yes.
Where is your son's corpse? This is someone that was killed in November last year, right?
Yes.
Right. Was it November or December? When was? Do you know the date he was killed? Hello? Hello, madam. Okay, people, I think we have a network issue there. I have basically, I'm waiting to get the number, the tracking number, and anyone watching, this is, the reason why we are doing this is when we feel so powerless that the system is rigged against us all as victims of this oppressive society. What the broadcast this evening aims to achieve is, if you're watching this and you feel there is any way you can help to get help and justice and succor for the family of Okeke, especially the mother, Philomena Okeke, who obviously has lost her son for no just reason, for recklessness. This is not about, I don't know, for someone, an innocent boy sitting down, enjoying a evening time with the parents when a crime occurred. Now going to work, the next day he was arrested and that was it. The parents never set their eyes on him until he was brutally killed by the agent of darkness. That's what they are. And sadly, the cops are yet to be released. Madam, do you know where your son's corpse at the moment is?
According to those people that came from Abuja for the investigation, they said that they went to Nnewi Teaching Hospital. That they kept the corpse. And one thing is that before they went there, they went to the mortuary that day. They asked them to come back in 4 days. Let them arrange the corpse for them. They went back, snap picture, showed us the picture. We said, as told us to sign. My husband and I, we refused. I told them, let us go to the Nnewi by ourselves. We did so that we can see the corpse physically. They disagreed. They did not allow us. Even now, I'm still confused because I did not see the corpse. It was a picture where they were lying down with those boys. That is the thing.
What do you mean lying down? How? Where they left the corpse? Did you see the corpse?
We did not see it physically.
Did you see the corpse of your son? Did you see his dead body?
It's the picture that I saw, not the corpse. That is, okay. I saw them lying down, closed their eyes, looking like saw corpse. But it was through picture from phone. We did not go to the mortuary with them.
Okay, so people, the police tracking number is on the screen, and you're looking at it now. That is the CRU 190945. So if you're on Twitter, I will call everyone a call to action. The minimum you can do is to join us on Twitter, Justice for Lotanna. Justice for Lotanna, Okeke. That is the hashtag that we must. The minimum we can do is because one injustice to one is an injustice to all of us. If you think it doesn't concern you, just think for one moment that this could be you. This could be your son. This could be your daughter. A boy sitting down with the parents watching TV suddenly goes out the next day and arrested. Granted, agreed without considering. Even if this young man is a cultist, does that warrant that you kill him? That is injustice. For someone to have done that and continued to basically actually agreed that he did it, apparently that nothing is going to happen. We must for once join our voices and say enough of this madness. This madness must stop. Those of you watching me, if you want to make any contribution, if you want to air your view, make any suggestion to this conversation this evening, Gloria, I'm bringing you back anyway. So if you can hear me, know that I'm bringing you back. So if you are watching us here and you think there is any way, shape, or form you can help, or that you can be of any help, please kindly ring in and make your suggestion how to proceed. Because this is too much for this family. The Okeke family is from Anambra State, and we've beat campaign before where we all vehemently argue that SARS must be disbanded. And under the leadership of the vice president, when the president was sick, said that SARS will be reformed. But apparently, you can see it now. This is the evidence. Apparently, nothing has happened. SARS has not been reformed. They are still a bunch of criminal enterprise, criminals in uniform, murderers looking to whom to kill. That's what they are. And how can we get justice for this family? That is the conversation this evening. So, madam, if I come back to you, sorry, honestly, I sincerely feel for you. You said your son works with Anambra State. Where does he work?
Environmental agency, yes.
Okay.
He was under the, because they understand me, the answer short form. There is what we call City of God West Management, an agent to ANSEPA. He works with them to earn his living. He used to go to work every day. I come back to my house. That is what he does. He was there.
And sorry, how far did you go with the human rights organization? So which human rights was that you engaged?
We engaged one at Waka. They're working under federal. We went there that November with the three families, three of us. We went there and made our complaints. They wrote a letter, served to officers, then to Commissioner of Police. Then we went there for 3 times. The woman in charge, Mrs. Nkechi, she told me that she has served the letter to them, that they were waiting for the response that December period.
Okay. So once you serve a letter to them, if they don't respond, there is nothing the human rights does. So if they serve them letters and they don't respond, that's it.
Oh no, it's how we see this one.
Okay. So I have a caller on the line. Let's see. Good evening. You are speaking to MaaziEzeoke live. You're live on a TV. Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
My name is Chinedu. I'm calling from UK.
Okay, you're calling from United Kingdom.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, what's your contribution, sir?
I just watch. I'm watching what's happening to Mrs. Okeke and the children and the family.
Okay.
I think this thing Nigerian police is doing is becoming unbecoming. And if I may contribute.
Go ahead, we are listening.
I'm from Bise.
Okay.
If you go to Anambra, let him go to Bise, Anambra, and call this man in the spirit, in the Anambra. The man will come. If you don't want to come, the family will all finish. This woman should go. Let him go to Anambra and bring this man before the Anambra. The man will come. The spirit will invite him. He will come by himself.
You know, the person you're speaking to is a Christian and believes that justice, or rather vengeance, is of the Lord. So the question is here, how can we legally, within the ambit of law, make sure that the person in question is held?
My brother, what I want to say, Nigeria, you know what's happening in Nigeria? This will continue to happen every day in and day out. If this man continue to, even your that is going this thing on the air, you are not free. Police will come against you tomorrow. And the woman are going to kill the family. Even yourself that is saying this, you are not free.
Of course.
The police are so corrupt.
And that's why I said everybody listening must be concerned, because it is the Okeke's family today. It will be any of us tomorrow. Okay. So the question is, we are trying to find a way that we can get succor and justice for late Lotanna. Okay. Anyway, thank you.
You know what Igbo tradition also about going traditionally. It's for Yala. And immediately you go there and call him, and the whole truth will come out. They won't hide anyone.
Well,
he said the whole truth. Everything happened. And the people who did it, they will come out.
I don't think it's a question of trying to get who did it. He's already accepted that he shot him. So it's a question of now maybe the family is talking about closure, which will maybe be in form of compensation and punishment, because that's what we are talking about. At the end of the day, the young man can no longer come back, but you can talk about compensation and you talk about punishment. Because if you don't punish for such action, then there is no guarantee that that action is not going to repeat itself. There must be
my
details.
own idea is compensation. The person is dead. It's dead. It's life for life. If you run along back, it's life for life. You don't need any compensation. It's life. The man who is family will appear before here. There's no two ways. There's no mention about it. Because he opened his mouth and killed somebody that handed over to him. In the peace, he killed him in a cold blood and was happy to accept that he killed a man. My brother, you don't see him at all.
Anyway, thank you very much, my dear. Thank you very much for your contribution. So I think on that note, madam, once more, I can't say my condolences enough. What the idea here is that we keep, bringing the death of your son to the fore, to the front burner, in order to see if in any way, shape, or form justice will be given to your family. Because your family needs closure. Obviously, from all indications, from his own comment and whatever he said, he's accepted that your son was killed, but he was killed in error. That's his own statement. that your son insulted him. I mean, why wouldn't you insult somebody if you were arrested illegally, or if you were arrested, if you haven't committed any crime and they arrest you? Of course, you will get angry. So, I know how difficult it will be for your family at this moment. I mean, obviously, how is your husband as well taking the whole thing?
Husband, man, every day everybody will be angry. No, he's not happy. We have been running together up and down. He was with me. What is it?
So now we bring this to conclusion, madam. The question once more is: you've gone to the Human Rights Commission, and you have gone to the court. You've withdrawn the case from the court. When was the last time you heard from the investigation unit from Abuja? When was the last time they communicated to you? The police.
I was the person that been calling them because they promised me. Yes, they promised me that after the lockdown that we are going to be invited to Abuja for face-to-face interview. But since then, they have not said anything. They said they are still planning. I can't understand. But I'm still waiting for them. Maybe they may call tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay. So, Gloria, you sent me that tracking number, and you mentioned that. So, is this man in question does he still work with the police?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I said, is the man in question, does he still work with the police?
Oh, you mean the OC SARS?
Yes. Is
the
this
Mr. Patrick?
Yes.
Yeah, he still work with the SARS.
He still work with the SARS?
Yes. He's the OC now.
OC is officer in charge, right?
Yes.
So he is now the officer in charge of
Akwuzu SARS.
Okay. Okay, and for the benefit of those watching, I think part of what we can do is to name and shame.
I have his picture.
Yes, I think that's the man in question here. Let me bring his. Is it?
Yeah, that's him.
That's the one that killed your brother, and that's the one that killed Lotanna, the man in question, and he is the one. And it beats me silly, and it beats us here in the studio. It beats us silly that the Nigerian police will still allow this man to be walking free after having shot 3 individuals, because it's not only about Lotanna. He shot those that probably saw when Lotanna, how Lotanna died. And when Lotanna died, he said these people were still in charge. They were still alive, right? The other 2. Hello, hello, madam. You said that the other 2 were still alive. You believe the other 2 were still alive when Lotanna died, right? Until you took the matter to court.
Hello, you said what?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Gloria, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I said my question was you said the 2 other individuals, the 2 other boys were still alive until you took the matter to court.
I can't hear you very well. You said what, sir?
Okay.
Yes.
Said,
yes.
These 2
they were still alive when they shot my brother.
Okay. So, do you know at what point they also killed these 2 these 2 young people here?
Honestly, I don't know.
It was when we see him.
Okay, it was when you took him to court that they killed the individuals as well. Anyway.
Yes, because they were the living witness with my son. Yeah, he killed 2 of them along.
Okay, so some people are saying that we can send information to the human rights groups. Again, I think one of the things after this we can probably also explore. Madam, I would interface with you. I would see how we can get some maybe Amnesty International in Nigeria and some other human rights in Anambra State, and see what else and what they can offer, what other help they can offer. Because obviously this is an injustice that is, we all could not allow to be. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable. So I don't know, Madam, in closing here, I would want to, do you have anything to say to the man that killed your son? If you can see him now, what will be your message to him? And what will be your message to the police as well?
Thank you, sir. Yes. I'm just beckoning on Inspector General of Police, those human rights, the people that will help for justice to prevail for my son's death. How can he kill somebody? He's still in the office, bragging. I'm doing everything. Please help me. I need help. I need justice. There will be no another Lotanna in this life. No more Lotanna will be my son again. No more Lotanna. Help me. Help me. He said that I'm pleading for his help. My Lotanna. That's my boy. I need justice. Is what I need.
Okay, on that, Madam, once more, sorry for your loss. On that note, I would say that
God. He's with his family. Where is my son? Where is my son? He did not. Innocent boy. Innocent boy. Innocent boy. Thank you. God. Oh, God, Judge. Oh, justice.